like to express our gratitude for the huge outpouring of prayers, love, and concern that we have received from all over the world these past few days. We would also like to thank the physicians, the nurses, and all the hospital staff that have taken care of my dad. It has been a very difficult time for our entire family, especially my dad, and we are truly grateful for your support. What happened to my dad should have never happened to any human being, regardless of the circumstance. We were horrified and shocked and sickened to learn what had happened to him and to see what had happened to him.
So, we're gathered here because of a rather disturbing video that went viral, as things do in our world today. The media inquiries of us has been quite amazing, which is why we thought this might be the best way to go about answering your various questions. Mr. Munoz has taken to the airwaves and has given his view of things, a couple versions of it. And I thought it might be a good idea to put this video in the perspective of my world of law. Here's the law, real simple. If you're going to eject a passenger, under no circumstances can it be done with unreasonable force or violence. That's the law. If unreasonable force and violence is used under a set of circumstances, the common carrier, United Airlines in this case, is responsible. For each of us in this room, as we bump along in a day-to-day fashion, we owe each other an ordinary care standard. I'm not to be careless and hurt you. I'm not to be negligent and hurt you. But in the world of common carriers, they have the highest duty of care to provide protection and safety to its fare-paying passengers. As we all saw on the video, that was not done. That was not done in this case. And I would defy anyone to suggest that there was not unreasonable force and violence used to help Dr. Dao disembark that plane. So, the laws are there for the protection of each of us. What's been extraordinary in just these few days since the event has been the calls I have received from passengers, from employees of United, former employees of United, with respect to what we all saw. And the fact of the matter is, I have concluded the following: that for a long time, airlines, United in particular, have bullied us. They have treated us less than maybe we deserve. I conclude that based upon hundreds, literally hundreds, of tales of woe, of mistreatment by United, is that here's what we want as a society. We want fairness in how people treat us. We want respect, and we want dignity. That's it. Not a big deal. This seems so simple. Forget the law for a minute that requires common decency in the treatment of passengers. But just treat us with respect. Make us feel like you really care. And I must say, I don't believe it's limited to the airline industry. I think corporate America needs to understand that we all want to be treated in the same manner, with the same respect and the same dignity that they would treat their own family members. If they do that, wouldn't it be great? So, will there be a lawsuit? Yeah, probably. As you may know, we've taken a step. Monday, there's a hearing at 10 o'clock in our local courthouse here in Chicago to protect and preserve certain evidence we're going to need down the line. It's just not a matter of throwing the video up and asking the jury, okay, who wins? So it's a process. But Dr. Dao, to, I believe, his great credit, has come to understand that he's the guy. He's the guy to stand up for passengers going forward. Yesterday, Mr. Munoz gave an interview on national television, and he was asked point blank, did Dr. Dao do anything wrong? You know what he did? He hesitated. He hesitated. Maybe he thought, wow, where'd that question come from? But then he regrouped and he said, no, he did nothing wrong. No one should have been treated the way he was treated, stating the obvious. But he didn't state it initially. Initially, he backed up his people. And that may be the big part of the problem, the culture. It's us against them. Well, we're them, and this lawsuit, among other things, hopefully, will create a not just national discussion, but international discussion on how we're going to be treated going forward. Whether it's a matter of overbooking, and I think perhaps that's what's going on. But if I understand what occurred last Sunday here in Chicago, it wasn't even a matter of overbooking. It was a matter of, at the last moment, 4 employees had to get to Louisville so they could go to work the next day on various flights. So we have to figure out, United has to figure out, the airline industry has to figure out, what do? We take money from people, we let them sit on the airplane, seat belted. Are we really going to just start taking them off then? Is that what we want as a society? Or maybe we keep some seats open for that emergency when a pilot, a co-pilot, a flight attendant has to get to a destination unexpectedly. Maybe airlines need to start expecting the unexpected, but not at the expense, certainly not at the physical expense of its paying passengers. So, our role, Steve, myself, going forward, will be to just get the facts and to get them out And we're going to be vocal about the whole subject of what we as a society say passengers are entitled to. Are we going to just continue to be treated like cattle? Bullied? Rude treatment? We all have enough, angst for flying as it is. A lot of stuff out there. But don't treat the people who help make you the corporate entity you are like Dr. Dao was treated.